Okay, for this Moodle Monday, your first activity is to make a PowerPoint presentation from scratch. So what I need you to do is first go to Moodle and scroll down and find the Jeopardy sound file. Click on that and choose Save File. Press OK. And I'm in the Mozilla Firefox web browser, so I am given this downloads list, and I'll right click on the file and say open containing folder. And the idea is to get the file onto the desktop. So if you're given a choice to save it to a particular location, choose the desktop. So I'm going to minimize all the windows except for this one here with Jeopardy in it. Click and drag it onto the desktop. I'll close that window, and we'll keep Jeopardy for the future, the sound file for the future. Okay, so now I need to go into PowerPoint. This is actually already on my desktop. You can also press the Start button and enter in Power to locate it. It should be one of the first few items on the list. So open it up, and we're going to start with it'll start you off with a clean slate, and you can add a title to the slideshow. In our case, it's going to be Jeopardy, and you can click to add a subtitle. I'll turn my caps lock off and do Learning PowerPoint. Okay, I also want to add sound to this slide. So to do that, and I'm not going to use the sound file yet that we have, I'm going to actually record our sound. So go up to the top menu, choose Insert, go all the way to the right, you'll find Audio, and choose Audio with the arrow button, and click Record Audio. Now this will pop up a window that lets you record your own sound. So I'm going to press Record. This is Jeopardy! Press stop. Now, of course, you'll need a microphone and everything to do this. And if you want to hear what it sounds like, you can just press play. This is Jeopardy! And if you don't like it, you can click record again, and keep doing that until you like the recording. Press OK, and give PowerPoint a few seconds. It's going to put the sound into the slide, and there it is. You can hover over it and play. This is Jeopardy! And we can actually play the slideshow now too. To do that, you go up to the top menu bar and click Slideshow, and you can either select from beginning, or you can press F5. If you hover over from beginning, you can see that F5 is another way to start the show. So I'll do that. I'll press F5. And notice the sound doesn't start at the beginning, but you can hover over it and press play. This is Jeopardy! And click anywhere on the slide, anywhere else on the slide. It'll get you to this black screen, End of Slideshow. Click to exit, so you can just click, and it'll exit, or you could have also pressed Escape. And you can actually do that anytime during the slideshow to get back to the editing window. Now, what I really want to do is have the sound start at the very beginning without me having to hover over or click. So click on the audio icon and go to Animations. So again on the top menu bar, Animations, and click Animation Pane toward the right there. And a new sidebar will pop up. Find where it says recorded sound. So one arrow recorded sound. This is the actual sound that we just made. And hover over it, you'll get a double arrow kind of cursor. Double click, and you'll get a new window called Play Audio. And I want you to choose the timing tab. And where it says Start on Click, click on Click and choose With Previous. And then press OK. And now press F5 one more time to see what this slideshow looks like. This is Jeopardy! Good, and I'm going to press Escape now. So the sound actually did start at the very beginning of the slideshow without us having to click or hover over. By the way, any feature that I go over here, if you're having problems with it, you can always stop the video, spend 5 minutes to try to fix whatever you think might be going wrong. If you can't figure it out in 5 minutes, it's okay. Come back to the video, make a note of what you couldn't do, and we can go over that in class. But definitely keep going with the video to see the extra things that you can do. Okay, so now we're going to add a new slide. A couple ways to do that. You can go to Home and just click New Slide. You can click on the New Slide arrow, which actually gives you layout features. We actually do want to do that. Click New Slide arrow and do Title Slide. And we are going to give it a title. Give the slide a game board. And we're actually going to, I guess it's game board is 2 words. We'll do caps. And I want to slide it up, so sort of click on the top line that makes the box and just kind of slide it up to the top. I actually don't want a subtitle, so I'm going to click on the box itself until you get these little handlebars and just press delete. But what I do want to put in is a table. So go to Insert, Table, click and choose, and you can kind of hover over the number of cells you want. I actually want a 3 across and a 4 down. Okay, again, try to hover over the side of the box. Click and drag down. And I'm going to also go toward the center where I get that double arrow cursor. Click and drag up and click and drag down to make it a pretty nice and large table. And you can actually align these things. So for example, we can align the table by going to Home and do Arrange. Click on Arrange, and under Position Objects, choose Align, and we're going to choose the top one, Align Center, and that's actually going to make it perfectly centered this way on the slide. All right, let's enter in, since it is Jeopardy, let's enter in some categories. So we'll enter in the web, and you just click Tab to go to the next one. Sound, press Tab, and then Animation. And you could just keep pressing Tab, and it'll go through the whole table. We'll do $100. I'm actually going to press Tab 3 times to do $200, and you can also do the down arrow to get to the next cell, just like in Excel. $300, and actually highlight the entire table, or you can just click on the outer edge of the table, and we're going to choose a pretty big font, like, I don't know, like 40, or maybe, well, I guess 32 to make the categories fit nicely. And we're actually going to highlight the dollar amounts, and we'll make those a little larger. Maybe we'll make those like 60. And click on the outer edge of the table one more time, and again, this is all under the Home tab. You click the center button to center the words, and you can also click and highlight the first column. I'll do Control-C to copy. You can also right-click and choose Copy, and then I'm going to highlight the right 2 columns, and then Control-V, or you can right-click and do Paste, and it would be the first paste option. Okay, good. Okay, now I want to make a new slide, but before we do that, go to View and Slide Master. Okay, this is actually going to allow us to make a home button on every slide from now on. So click. It's sort of the third from the top slide on the left bar, and you're going to see at the top it's going to say click to edit master style, and do insert shapes and click all the way down at the or slide all the way down to the bottom and find the action buttons. And if you look closely enough, you'll see one with a little house. And that'll be the home button. And we're just going to go to the bottom left and click and drag. And if you actually hold the shift button, it'll give you a perfect square. And whatever size you want to do, and it's going to pop up a little button that says hyperlink to, and you're going to click that, and we're actually going to scroll down and click slide and choose game board. Press OK and OK, and I'll actually slide this down a little bit more to try to kind of align it with that little square, with this kind of box, and then go back to view and do normal. And what this is going to allow us to do is when we make a new slide, by the way, I showed you one way we can make a new slide, but if you hover over again, it says Control M. So I'm going to actually type that in, Control M. And voila, this is actually sort of the default layout. It actually gives us a home button. Remember, at any point in time, you can always run your slideshow and see how it looks. Now, I could press F5, but what I really want to do is start from this current slide. So I'm going to actually click Shift F5, and that'll start from the current slide. And lo and behold, here's our home button, and when we click on it, it should bring us back to the game board, which is very nice. Okay, so press Escape. That was just to test the home button. Okay, click back on this slide that we want to work on, and we're going to give it the title, The Web for $100. And we'll actually click on the click to add text. We'll click the box itself, so it has handlebars, and delete. Go back to the game board, highlight the $100. It's very easy to click incorrectly to not highlight, which will actually make you move the 100 somewhere else. So just be careful you're not getting this icon arrow with a little triangle. Make sure when you're highlighting it's just the normal text cursor. Then right click on the 100, choose hyperlink, and we click place in this document under link to, and you're going to choose the web for 100. Press OK. Now what did this do? Well, to check what it did, to check what anything ever does, play the slideshow. So Shift F5 and watch. I'm going to hover over the 100 and it brings me to the web for $100 slide. Okay, which is exactly what we want to do. So, the web for 100, Alex, boom, brings us to this question in Jeopardy. Now, I guess instead of doing a question, we're going to make a picture linked to a website. So go back to Moodle and make a new tab, and we're actually going to wind up going to Google Maps, so maps.google.com. And I guess I'll zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm typing in. I'm going to type in Manhattan College, enter. And there we go. We have a picture of, we have a map of Manhattan College. I guess we'll click the link Manhattan College just so we're centered on it. Maybe we'll move it over a little bit. I'll close that little window that came up and go back to PowerPoint, and I want to insert that map. So what we do is insert screenshot and choose screen clipping. It will bring us back to website, and it will shade out the whole screen. We'll click and drag around the area that we want to display as a picture, let go, and boom, it'll automatically paste the picture in PowerPoint